Broccoli and sticker. Well, here's this.
I had to play the check and I'm still on it 13. Something.
Back, big man.
So we're just gonna have to screw it in the way like this. You don't need any more drink, do you?
Here. No, I did.
Where's the bastard?
Good square.
What?